Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Chris's collection, and today we're playing Resident Evil Code Veronica X, the X version of Code Veronica. Essentially, a director's cut or an enhanced or extended cut of Resident Evil, that Code Veronica, that all the other versions of the game have, you know, uh, continued from. Like this is like the new basis that they run it on. Um, so I did talk about Resident Evil Code Veronica when I did the Dreamcast version. So basically, this version was announced pretty soon after Code Veronica. I remember in Japan it's called Resident Evil Code Veronica Complete, and yeah, it was announced, and they were pretty much like they were like, yeah, man, we're making Resident Evil. Oh wow, you skip everything. They're like, it's happening. Resident Evil Code Veronica Complete. And honestly, my initial thing was, I'm like, oh, cool, I'm gonna get it for Dreamcast because I like to do stuff like that. Like if I get a Lego Star Wars game, like I remember I was conflicted because I had Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga on Xbox, and I had I was gonna end up getting the Force Awakens Lego Star Wars because it had exclusive PlayStation content, and I was like, oh god, this is so wrong. I'm like, I'm being a traitor, So I had like weird things like that. But anyway, so Code Veronica X, yeah, it's an enhanced version of Resident Evil. Code Veronica. They added, I think it was 10 minutes of additional cutscenes. For whatever reason, they changed Steve Burnside's hair. They gave him kind of like a side swept bangs instead of just having like the Leonardo DiCaprio thing. I'm not sure why they did it. I don't know if people were like, that looks too much like Leo, or if there's confusion with Leon because Leon had a similar, you know, hair. And of course, it's in America we got the Code Veronica X version for the 5th anniversary of Resident Evil, and they didn't really include, or no, they did include. It had a. In addition to being on PS2 and having the 10 minutes of additional cutscenes and all this stuff, it came with a demo for Resident Evil. I mean, for Devil May Cry, which is kind of funny because we all thought that was gonna be like it was for a while Resident Evil 4, before it shifted development. And God, what else did they do? And if you pre-ordered it, it came with Wesker's report. So I did pre-order. I pre-ordered it at it was called. It's now GameStop, as I've said a billion times in these videos. But back then it was Electronics Boutique. So I pre-ordered mine at Electronics Boutique. That was 40 minutes away. That was the nearest one from where I lived. And I remember going on the forums. This is like where I was slowly. I don't really do this anymore. I used to go on GameFAQs religiously, man. I was like, oh, GameFAQs is and I used to read everything and think, oh, this is like the news. I don't really go to GameFAQs as much anymore. I still do, but not as much. But yeah, I used to think, oh, like their word is law. So like some dude was saying, because like pre-order bonuses, and to a degree this was very true, but pre-order bonuses were so like weird back then. Like you really had to like fight for your pre-order bonuses, because like oftentimes the people giving these things, like the employees, like weren't really trained on it. I mean, we'll get to that later, but I remember the Legend of Zelda pre-order bonus for Wind Waker that you got Ocarina of Time on GameCube. Like that was like a whole thing. But basically, you had to like fight. You had to be like, hey, I know I'm supposed to get this. Where is it? And so in the case of Wesker's report, which was a DVD that was a pre-order bonus. If you pre-ordered Code Veronica X, you got this thing, and It was supposed to be Wesker narrating the events of Resident Evil, the series thus far, like from his POV, since he wasn't in most of these games, and it's like so not canon, like not at all, um, and but we all thought it was at the time, and so yeah, I remember having to like really fight to get that. Like I think I actually went and picked it up. I can't remember if I got it with my game or if I was like, I can't remember if I pestered the shit out of the employees, like where the fuck is it, or if like straight up they just were like, oh, here you go. Like when I went to go pick it up, I think I might have gotten it early. I don't know. I know for the Wind Waker thing, I definitely got it early. But everything else, I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, I got the game and I enjoyed it. I mean, you know, I was just kind of bummed out again that it wasn't on Dreamcast, because at this point Dreamcast was like so effing dead. And so, you know, Capcom made the wise choice and they're like, why are we going to release this on Dreamcast if like they're not even manufacturing new systems? I mean, you can get the Japanese version, but I'm good. I have this, and I am pleased with what I have. But yeah, so that was the origin, if you would, of how I got my copy of Code Veronica X, and I did like the additional cutscenes. You know, they were cool. They kind of like expanded things a bit. You know, they added more to Albert. I just love seeing Claire meet Albert Wesker and a lot of the other stuff. But I don't know. This game will forever be, to me at least, a Dreamcast game. You know, and now it's out on everything. It's on PS3. You can get the PS3 version. That is the HD one, and it sucks. It's on PS4 though. It's this version, which a lot of people say, you know, for anyone with modern consoles, the PS4 version is the best one to get because it's the classics version of this, and it has trophies, and you know, it's not per se HD, but you know, it's like the cleanest picture you can get right now for it. So, oh god, oh get off me. So anyway, guys, we'll end here. But yeah, I was really excited for this when it came out. This was like me at the height of my Resident Evil, you know, craziness. And then what's crazy is this game comes out, and then later that year at E3 they announce, hey, guess what? It's moving to GameCube. Which, you know, we'll get to when we get to GameCube. We'll talk about those games. I got quite a lot to say about that. But all right, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back next week with some more Chris's collection. We got actually a lot more Resident Evil PS2 games to go through, so that'll be fun. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Take care.